musician is an artist. That's true. I rarely take things seriously, which is perhaps a bad thing. All right, fellas, let's get to work.
I don't know why I try so damn hard to love you when all you say is goodbye.
Sense of discovery. Sense of discovery. The record at this point, probably figured it out, is called Sense of Discovery. It's my first full-length project. So I'm trying to discover kind of not only myself, but also everything else in the world. I'm trying to discover what kind of artist I'm going to be, what kind of person I'm going to be, what I will be doing. So this whole, the reason I call it that is because this entire year and a half, 2 years, has been a roller coaster with discovering who, what, and who I'm going to be.
I can't let go, I won't let go. Don't bother telling me to go home, I won't leave you alone till I'm in your heart.
There are some things I just couldn't say out loud, but I could say in song. So even the people involved in the situation around the song probably won't even understand the way I look at it until they hear the song, which is a good thing because that means that that's how I'm getting my point across, is through the music.
Your eyes tell stories, your lips speak love, your heart warms the world to me. Your smile heals the hurts, and oh my word, I just can't.
With these songs that I put on the record, I'm hoping it to be the same kind of results in terms of the way I want people to feel the way I felt when I wrote the song and when I sang the song. And hopefully, when they're going through a similar time, they can listen to the song and say, oh, I know the feeling, kind of thing. And going back to the people that I grew up with around, this record was a good way of saying, or for them to realize, okay, so that's what he's doing.
So it seems that you're not the girl of my dreams. It'll be hard to accept, but I know I just kept stressing you out. You're gonna be hard to lose hold of.
Closure's last because it's called Closure, and conveniently at the end. It also helps me find a full circle for something I've been working on. It closes the story.
Well, now I need some closure.
I pulled together some of the best musicians I knew personally, and that was I needed to get in a room with Greg Norris and Michael Carey. Michael Carey was the drummer on the record. I got to know him this year. Very, very musically inclined. He can play anything you need him to play. One day, like in the morning, he'll be drumming on my record, and then in the evening he'll be doing his own solo acoustic gig. So he's very musically inclined.
This is a signature DW snare drum, but I can't read the name. That's alright. It still will sound amazing.
This is my friend Crawford, our cameraman.
Greg has been my guitar teacher, mentor, even my final exam proctor. He's been there since 2008. It's like almost 10 years now. And he's always been helpful. He's always been the guy I go to if I need anything at all. He's just a great guitarist, bass player, friend, funny guy. He's always talking, which is fun.
Yo, bro.
I really never cared for the blues or music at all. The blues, it's just always hollering about the Lord and shit. I had one flub note, and it's a shame because I was so slippery.
Slippery is one of my favorite songs on the record because it's my first little shred. Like a little, as I call it, rip niche. So, it's for all the guitar players listening, it's in C.
You're too damn slippery. I can't get a grip on you.
For the most part, the songs themselves are about, person, place, what a person did in a place, and kind of my take on it. So, for example, there's a song on the record called Feelings. It's a little piano piece with the band. That song is a good example of, what a person did at a certain place and my output on it. The way I look at the whole situation itself.
I can feel the heartbreaks that go around this place.
That song was just a whirlpool of different types of thoughts and the way I felt towards a lot of things. And writing that song was easy because the words were already there, the emotions were already there, and they were just kind of flowing through the piano, and my mind was just kind of repeating everything that I'd already thought of.
And I can only stay strong for so long, and the storm is getting hard to breathe.
I think it would have been scarier if he said, "Golden eyes fill your slumber."
Seriously.
Much scarier.
That's why you cry.
Oh, there's also Wet Break. Remember it was
I had a wet break.
When you feel like you're losing your love, and all you can do is cry.
most of the songs are about, girls,
And you wonder why you
relationships,
cry,
and
but she's the reason why.
is basically what all this is. And
Change your life.
I mean, I wasn't gonna sugarcoat any of that. That's kind of what's going on with the whole thing.
As loud as it can, and you hope she doesn't find another man. She was your number one focus, and all you wanted was a slow kiss.
Okay, this is gonna be the opening scene. It's gonna be like me going like this, and then you like zooming in, and then like day 2. Nope. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Think about telling a story in that whole thing, you know what I mean?
Well, think of this. When you go back down to this other register, it's like you've just seen the king and you're bowing and you're leaving.
Check this out. I don't know how it's gonna sound. I like the piano better, but I like playing guitar more. So whenever I have a song idea, I will immediately go to the piano, unless I know that I want to make a rock song, or else I know that I want to make a blues song. It's an idea. I'll play.
You don't play all the way to the end?
No, I'll play it like I'll show you. It's the next little chord.
Why do we do things when we don't mean it? Why do we say things?
I went online and I bought an American Standard Strat through Guitar Center, so I had to actually go to a location and pick it up. and it had a maple neck at first, and it was completely clean, just like a regular American Standard body.
Why do I waste my time with you? Why do you waste your time with me? Can't you see it? I don't need.
It was a Mexican rosewood and body guitar, and I traded in for an American neck, which is this one, which is the one that John had. And then I had my friend Relic, my friend Art Relic, this whole thing to look like John's black one. So basically this is essentially a custom shop, but it was kind of just homemade.
Or a mixture of the two.
Yeah, rotate this.
Okay.
And then if you want, you can just do a little lick every now and then. Like, boom, boom, you know.
That's probably best. I'm just Gregging over here.
Because you always told me that you wanted to date a musician. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't think you know what you're asking for.
That's the drums, baby.
Bruce Cha-Cha.
Bruce Cha-Cha. It sounds more star-like. I need some footage of this song in particular.
Why this song in particular?
For his lady fans.
Here's my lady fan.
What are we still doing here? This party ended years ago. You gotta go. You gotta leave me alone. It's gonna be hard. Because I've loved you for
What kind of guitar sound are you going for on this one?
Kind of the cleanest sound possible.
Let's skip the pedal board then. Let's just go straight into the amp.
Okay. So working with John was definitely an honor and a privilege because he's insanely good at what he does and super patient with a rookie like myself. He knew what to do. He knew how to work with me as a first timer at this whole album making. He was very understanding and helpful. He knew what to say. He knew how to fix everything. He knew what he was doing, and it was very good to know that was the case.
Incredibly stupid, man.
Which,
But it's awesome.
And John's a funny guy. We had millions of inside jokes, just in like a 5-day block of recording. He's fun to be around. He's fun to work with, and he's just a great guy.
We thought we could work it out, but I know now it was a waste of time. Changed, not the same, and I have you to blame. What are we now? No, I know what we were. What are we now? Talking about the past. Well, I left town today. I went searching for my way.
So you're gonna hear some songs that kind of rotate around this idea of disingenuousness and how I can avoid it.
I'm gonna make the most of my day, 'cause I'm leaving today. Oh, today.
I left public school to, work on this record, mainly. And just kind of school in general, to work on this record. And the fact that it's coming out the way it is makes it all of the better.
I know I'll be out there soon.
You know what I'm trying to say here? The people at public school in particular, but society, are kind of rejective in some ways rather. So being a victim of that was not fun, but it was good to have something to not fight back with, but to defend myself with. Let's try a different tempo for just for this part. privilege and honor of doing this album at Harder Music, which is probably, I would say, the best studio, probably in San Antonio. Being able to be a part of the archived Harder albums is going to mean a lot down the road. You know, being able to call this studio the home studio for like my first album is insane to call that. Smooth criminal. You're very welcome. See that? That's the kind of guy I am. Okay, a little something for him, a little something for me. We all kind of win. They're the nicest people in the world. I mean, we could trash we could trash the break room. We won't, but we could, and they probably wouldn't even get too mad because they're just that nice.
Well, we've all got to love Patsy Cline. Abbey Road is probably one of the best albums of all time. But I actually opened up for Ray Charles at the Majestic Theater and got to meet him backstage. And he said, "How's the crowd?" I said, "Ray, it's a packed house. Go get him." And he said, "That's what I'm fixing to do. I'm fixing to go get him." So I have to say, Brother Ray.
I like this chocolate over here.
Chocolate.
Magnificent story of Ray Charles. Chocolate's pretty good, yeah. Michael, remember the intro, the fun intro, the symbols. Because what I'm trying to do is simulate different types and styles of grooves within this record. Like Leaving You Behind is a completely different groove.
It took me years' time before I could realize that you ain't mine. Well, I'm leaving you behind. I fell hard at first, then it got worse. You had me carrying your purse, taking your time, girl. I got no choice but to leave you behind.
Trust me. It sounds good when on the demo. We did the same thing on the demo. It sounds really good.
2 bars at a time.
Tale about a guy named Belvedere
Okay, cool.
who goes off to war. He leaves his wife, and then she comes back, and she like has another kid with another man, and he was all shocked. And the whole idea is that he needs to understand that he left her for no reason.
Mr. Belvedere, always walking the days of the year, never changes his mind here.
I literally just sat down on my desk and started writing about this guy named Belvedere, and I got really close to him. You know, I got really emotionally attached to this Belvedere guy, and by the end of the song, I really knew him, and that's why writing is. I'd rather be in a writing trance than a guitar solo because you can go anywhere with a writing trance.
He said, I know, just give me a kiss and I'll go. So Belvedere,
Let us discuss transcending the normal groove. Chocolate.
and then off he went. When the dawn says it's time.
This is me doing an impression of my musical idol, John Mayer.
I like it.
I am driving 85, caught in the morning, that's all afternoon.
I was particularly hearing the tambourine
Stuck inside the car.
when the last.
Shall we proceed? Who's your favorite 16-year-old white male you've ever worked with?
Justin Bieber.
Well, I don't wanna be the guy at the bottom of your reply. And I don't wanna be the one between us to say that I'm in love.
By the time I started prepping for the record when I recorded, I changed so much. You know, I even wrote a couple songs and like between then to make sure I had a full circle ending of a story. I had everything I wanted. I had little bits and pieces of every little genre I could play on one piece of music. I'm just really glad that I left. My eyes on the road I kept.
You need to have breaths when you're doing a solo. You need to have
Space.
yeah, just like a horn player has to breathe.
Like a beach with its sand, like a mountain with its land.
I got a lot of my inspiration, production-wise, from the Beatles, of course. The way McCartney and Lennon would work on a song together, the way they would produce a song, write it, you know, put the instruments in it.
Where are we now? Wonder what we were. Where are we now? You're talking about the past. Well, you and I both know at this rate we're never ever gonna last.
So this is a distortion pedal. Makes everything dirty and grimy and fuzzy. When you have this and you put this on, that's kind of like gravel on honey. Good way to put it. Toads on our go-go.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind.
That's chisel. Dizzle is better. I'm gonna go get some pizzle,
That doesn't work.
or I'm gonna go grab my gitizzle. That's better. Because you know I'm saying guitar with izzle. Hey, thanks for knowing those words. Who is better, me or him? Careful here.
Wouldn't want to offend the bees.
Everything that comes out of John's mouth makes me laugh.
Even serious stuff.
Can we move Mosey on over to Belvedere real quick? So, we had a guy come in and play organ and piano on Belvedere. Belvedere was the only piano song he did, but his name was Anthony Bazzani. He played with George Strait for a while. I learned that recently. We met, I was at the Argyle, which is a club here in San Antonio. And he was playing jazz piano with this stand-up bassist. I can't remember his name. But after a song, they were playing Fly Me to the Moon and all the standards, and I walked in, I was like, can I get a card? Because I'm making a record. I'd like to get a jazz pianist for a song I have. And he goes, sure, you want to sing a little bit too? I was like, of course. Right here, just kind of hold it.
As she walks through the door, her belly's twice its size before.
But for the rest of the piano songs, I did most of that piano. But Anthony Bazzani was the real pianist on the record. When he played Belvedere, that was all in one take. He did all that in one take. It was out of this world. I didn't even know what to think because I was so blown away.
Hold it, come and hit on that.
think the most important quality after having recorded my first record is to be prepared as much as you can. The right pieces to your puzzle. You know, you want to make sure you have all the instruments that you need for a certain song. Take your time too. You don't want to rush anything. You don't want to record a song a certain way and then 6 months later look back like, I should have put that in there.
Looking for some fun without thinking about all human beings' feelings.
Oh no, I've made a fat dent in my life with this record. This has been a very big scratch on the plate here. I wouldn't trade the people involved, the place I did it at, places I did it at, and the songs themselves. You know, I think I had a pretty kick-ass record for the first time. I started writing this record in like January of 2016. I've accomplished a lot in terms of music, like musically, artistically, guitar-wise, piano-wise, vocal-wise since then, and I've also accomplished a lot in the story of the record.
Oh, I left town today.
Let's do a run through and then
Time and time again, we act a little human. Time and time again, we say the
I
word.
guess the one thing I want people to know about me from this record is I love being Bryce. Which I think is a good answer.
It's right, and I think about this lifelong fight.
The record is theirs now to relate to. It's theirs to go back home after a bad day and put on a relatable song. So this record is now yours.
We search forever and then we blame each other. And time again.
Well, I think
I'm thinking what he's thinking.
blue whales are coming back.
Oh, definitely. They are on the rise.
They tend to congregate in the Gulf of California. They reach 200 tons. And some of their blood veins are so wide that you could swim down them.
You like your music? That's all that matters. As long as I like what I throw down one day. As long as I like a solo that I play, you know, who's to say? The only shoes I get to put on are mine, and the only eyes I get to see through are mine. So, you know, look at the world as you do, and I'm enjoying, you know, who I am right now and where I'm at right now, and I think I'm at a good pace. I think this is a good time in my life to where I can look back when I'm 30 and say I made that when I was 16 years old, you know, and that's gonna be cool. So this is just a good gift from us to y'all. It's just showing you the ropes and how we made this thing happen. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.
We gotta know where or when you can't kill